everybody, and welcome back to another episode on the HermitCraft Feed the Beast server. Yeah guys, we're playing a little bit more Feed the Beast Monster today. So I have gone around to some of the players' bases and I put waypoints there so I know like where DMAC is and where Jassassin's base is. I still need to go over and put a marker where Ijevan's base is, and I think if we look at this map, I think he's hanging out over here in this kind of crazy mountainous area that's surrounded by water. Like I said, I gotta go over there and put a waypoint there and actually verify that. Let me turn down the sound and just just a little bit, because I need to come over here and kill some of these cows. I've been breeding these guys up and they are going out of control. It's nice though having this looting 3 sword, because we get a lot more leather and the meat. Actually, do you get more leather with the looting? I think you might, I'm not sure. But at least we get more steak, and yeah, we got plenty of food that way. So yeah, I just need to get rid of these guys. I noticed that that they are taking up too much space. They're bouncing around all the time, making so much noise. Yeah, we have to get rid of them. Okay, I think I'll leave about that many left. Excellent. Great, so just a little over a stack, almost a stack and a half of beef and almost a stack of leather. That's pretty good. These tools that I have, these are the same Tinker's tools. They look slightly different now because I have added moss to them. Moss you can get by getting mossy cobblestone, which we found around here. It's just all over the place, just naturally generated. Like that cobblestone, they'll sometimes be mossy. What I did is I went to the Twilight Forest, and in the Twilight there are like those old foundations of buildings and stuff that has mossy cobblestone all around it. Easy pickings. So yeah, in the Twilight, that's where I got all of my mossy cobblestone. You need 9 of that in a crafting grid, in a crafting table grid, to get the piece of moss, and then you can use that, put on your tool, and give it the auto repair ability. So I got auto repair on my 3 normal weapons, and the moss makes these things gain back their durability just by having them on your hotbar. I think they won't regenerate if they're like this. They have to be on your hotbar, and they also regenerate faster if you're out in direct sunlight. So this will repair over time inside, but it'll be very, very slow. Okay, so another thing that I want to do in Tinker's Construct, I want to start getting Silk Touch. Now, in order to get Silk Touch, you need something called a Silky Jewel. One of these guys. And that's an emerald, which I think I have. I think I have a couple of these. And for the silky cloths, doesn't seem too bad. Silky cloth is a gold nugget and 8 string. Well, I don't really have string. We can look in here. I got 7 string. That's enough. That's not even enough to make 1. But what I was looking at just a moment ago is how to get string in this mod pack. So we've seen cotton before from Natura. There's hemp in here. Looks like 3 turns into 3 string. I'm not sure what these are. This looks like magical crops somehow. That looks like, is that 8 string? It's kind of hard to see. It's either 3 or 8. I think that's 8. Silk wisp from the bees. This wool gin thing, which I was looking at, which seemed pretty cool because you can get 4, but it requires all these sticks in this iron coil, which requires this draw plate and a piece of iron. And the draw plate is a bunch of these pieces of iron, which is like from an iron block and a diamond block. No, that is way too complex. There was one more recipe that I was looking at though. Let's see, you can put it in the macerator and get 2, but we don't have any IC2 stuff. But pulverizer, you can get 4 back from a piece of wool. So I think that's what we're gonna do. So that's 1, silky, 2, 3, 4. Okay. As you might have noticed, I have added more machines here. I've added a fluid transposer. I believe that was called a liquid transposer previously, and a magma crucible. I've also made this alloy smelter. This is from Ender.io, and it works just like a powered furnace. Yeah, just kind of a weird interface. You can just put in, for instance, this raw beef here, and I'll cook it up. I think it'll do multiple at a time though, which makes that interesting. Yeah, I just took 3 of those raw beef out of that stack, and it's gonna cook it up at the same time. Now, I don't know if it cooks it up faster, if it just does it, 3 at a time. I really don't know too much about Ender.io, but this looked like a pretty cool machine to get. Yes, you cook 3, so that's pretty cool. And this also runs off the RF, the redstone flux. Okay, so pulverizer. Let's grab this thing and let's put our wool in here, and hopefully we'll be able to create the string we need. Yep. Oh, that's awesome, and that's pretty quick too. I would like to get to a point where I can get more fuel or some other power source other than coal. It is getting kind of annoying having to put coal into this steam dynamo. For the little amount of payoff that you get, the little amount of RF, it just doesn't feel worth it. It feels like I'm kind of wasting coal doing that. Maybe if we had, you know, an endoskeleton farm or something, you know, that we could get a bunch of coal for free, that'd be pretty cool. But yeah, as it is right now, I feel like that's kind of a waste. So 34 emeralds. Yeah, I've collected quite a bit, especially with Fortune 3. You can get those fairly easily. So we need some gold nuggets. I have 9, 2, 3, 4. Let's go ahead and make this up real quick. All right. There's that. Nice. Silky jewel. Okay, so I'm going to make another pick, probably exactly the same as this, except without the Fortune 3, but I'm going to put the silky jewel on there. Also, one more thing to note, on this pickaxe, I did add another ability. By default, the way I set this axe up, the pickaxe, you can only put 3 things on there: the haste, the durability, and the fortune. But you can put a diamond and a gold block, or is it? Yeah, diamond and gold block, I think. And then unlocks another slot so you can put things on there. That's how I got the auto repair. But yeah, let me go ahead and make another pick, and we will be right back. Alright, so I went ahead and I made the other pickaxe, and here we go. It looks almost the same, just a little different. This one has the silky with silk touch 1. I haven't tried this out yet, so let's just verify that it has silk touch. So if I mine that, oh yeah. Alright, so we get regular stone bag. That's great. What I want to do, I want to jump down to where that crystal is. Let's go ahead and do that. I've also started making some of this power armor. You might have seen that a little bit earlier. Yeah, we'll talk about this in a little bit. So let's go down to where that crystal is. That experience crystal, I think it was a purple crystal. I want to grab that and see if we can get that with silk touch. Now remember, this tool, yeah, this guy right here. This tool is silk touch and it can mine diamonds, so we should be able to get this, no problem. Let's get it. Oh, there it is. Oh, I thought it disappeared. Nice. Effects. Give XP. Nether effects takes XP. Oh, weird. Interesting. Okay, so this purple crystal, there's also another one I've marked somewhere. Yeah, there's a purple one right over here. Maybe I should dig over to that guy and grab that one too. I kind of want to set these guys up. Ooh, you know what? Yeah, let's do that. This isn't a ravine. This is probably going to take a little bit to dig over to, but I do want to get this. Now, another thing about these tools, I don't think I've ever mentioned this before. Whatever tool or whatever's on your hotbar next to the tool, when you right-click, it'll use that item. So, for instance, if I had cobblestone, actually, this is a better example. If I put the tool here and I have cobblestone here, if I right-click, it'll place it. But the slot 1 is different. So, slot 1... it'll use whatever's in your last slot over here, slot 9. So if I right click with the pick, it'll place a torch. So that's really awesome. I do like that a lot about these tools. Oh, come on. Yeah, I wish this pick was faster. I could put another ability on there, like more haste if I wanted to, but that requires something a little bit more expensive, like another star. So I'm not quite there yet. Oh man, this is going to take forever to get to that cave crystal. Alright guys, let me make a cut. I'm going to get to the cave crystal. We're going to grab that and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I got the other cave crystal. I need to get rid of that marker. Another thing that I made off camera is this ender pouch. Now I can't remember. I thought in the last version the ender pouch was only the size of a single chest, and now it appears to be the size of a large chest. Was it always this size before? I can't remember. It seems a lot bigger. But yeah, I made an ender pouch, so if I die or whatever, I don't lose my valuable stuff. So I'm keeping like my silky pickaxe in there, my hatchet in there, something that I don't use all the time, an extra tool station with some cobblestone so I can repair these tools, things like that. So now we got 2 of these purple cave crystals. I want to come over here to our experience area. Now I don't think you guys have seen this yet. Maybe you have. You've been watching like Unhost live stream recently. But we put in some paths around here. Unhost has been decorating with these lamps and fence posts. I think that looks pretty cool. Definitely makes this place feel... Whoa, a little bit of lag there. Definitely makes this place feel like more lived in, like it's a proper village now. I think this might be Marilyn's house. I'm not really sure, to be honest. I don't know who this is. I thought it could be Marilyn's, but I don't know. So yeah, we've been putting a lot of stuff around here. I had put in this enchanting table as like a public thing. I put the basalt floor in and put the bookshelves, and I kind of walked away, came back, and somebody had built all this stuff around it. So that looks really awesome. I do like that. So Unhost has also put in some public farms here. Unhost public crops. Take what you need. Awesome. So in here, there's everything. You'll never be able to starve. There's plenty of cotton if you want that. All the magical crop stuff. What are these? Oh, more magical crops. Canola. Wheat. Yeah, there's so much stuff in here. Nether wart even. I didn't even know we had that. But this is what's kind of interesting. Whoa. Do these hurt you? I guess they do. These are what interests me. These are ender lilies from Extra Utilities. These grow ender pearls. Oh, I guess that one wasn't fully grown yet. I thought it was. But yeah, if you harvest them when they're fully grown, not like that, they grow ender pearls. So you can grow these on dirt. I think just regular farmland, tilled soil. Or you can grow them on endstone. And what I was reading is it takes like a month of in-game Minecraft days for them to fully mature on the farmland, and it takes a week of in-game days for them to mature on the endstone. I've tried bone mealing them, and that does the opposite of what you'd expect. It makes them go back a stage, and then eventually they'll just pop out of the ground as a seed if you keep bone mealing them. So that doesn't work. I tried the watering can. That doesn't seem to have any effect on these guys. You just gotta let them sit and grow all the way. Yeah, I think it shows like a pearl or something in the center when it's fully grown. My mistake. Oh well. But yeah, I did get the endstone for these guys. I found out that there's a pretty cool way to make endstone. Let's look real quick. I can't remember off the top of my head. It was like sandstone and something else. Oh yeah, ender pearls. So I had like 4 ender pearls, and I had some sandstone. So you just put sandstone in the fluid transposer. That's why I had the magma crucible to melt that down, put it into the fluid transposer, and yeah, you can make endstone out of it. So I did that to help speed up this process. Looks like we have hemp and sugar canes and all sorts of good stuff over here. Now, the reason why I wanted to come over here was because of those purple cave crystals. I think if we line this area with those, you can pretty much stand here and get free experience. Now, I know people are saying we should use noise mufflers. So yeah, that's something that we're going to have to do. Yeah, I'm getting experience from that. And this one. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. Getting experience from both sides. Awesome. So yeah, if we put these crystals all around, that could be very, very useful. Now I think underneath these bookshelves, I'm going to make some sound mufflers and put those in there because a dinging sound will, drive everybody nuts. But, free experience is free experience. If you got an AFK somewhere, this is the place to be. Might even want to put like a fence gate here or something so if an enemy comes, they can't get into you. I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty awesome. Okay, so I think the last thing that I want to talk about today... Oh, you know what? Actually, before we do that, let's enchant something. I'm going to enchant these boots. I want feather falling. Come on. What's unstable too? Is that a good effect or a bad effect? I'm not sure what unstable 2 is. I'm gonna have to look that one up. Yeah, I don't know. Well, you know what? We got 22 levels. Let's do another enchant. I'm just afraid that my boot's just gonna explode or something randomly. That would be terrible. Let's do our legs at level 22. Can I do that? Is that... Oh, I gotta put in some torches, I think. Maybe there and there? Oh, that's too many. Okay, so what do we got here? 22, awesome. Blast protection 3. That'll help out. Not the best enchantments, but, just diamond armor. Okay, So, last thing that I want to talk about today is that power armor. That stuff is pretty cool. I looked at it a bit in the Ultimate Pack, was it? I think so. I looked at it a bit, but at that time I was using the gravity chest plate and the quantum armor, so it felt like a downgrade from that stuff to me, so I never really played around with it. And then last season in Unleashed, I really never moved out of the force armor. That stuff was just too good. But since this pack doesn't have force, and I'm really trying to stay away from IC2 and EU and stuff like that, I think I want to look at the power armor. Now, I've already done some stuff here. I've started making some upgrades for this stuff. You can see my field of vision just got a little bit further away. So I walk faster by default, and I can also sprint pretty quickly with this stuff on there. But yeah, the power armor itself is pretty cheap. There's a few different recipes for this. Let's see if I can pull this up real quick. Yeah, the head, you can do it the IC2 Industrial Craft 2 way with making the electronic circuits and some iron. That's just kind of a pain in the butt because you have to make these copper cables and these iron plates and all this stuff. In order to make the copper cable, you need the uninsulated copper cable, but you have to do that with the copper plate and cutters, and it's just a ridiculous pain in the butt using IC2, so I'm trying to stay away from it. There's this other one, JSON shaped. I don't know what this means, JSON, as far as Minecraft goes, but yeah, it just uses these wirings, which is really easy to make. You can do the Industrial Craft 2 way, which, you know, you got to do the cutting with the plates and all that stuff. No thanks. But you can do it this way with copper, silver, copper. So yeah, it uses a lot of copper and silver. And in fact, my copper supply is running low. I'm down to 2 bars. I just got some copper ingots from when I was mining towards that crystal, and 4 copper blocks. So yeah, my supply is running pretty low. I need to go copper mining. But most of the pieces are like that. They're not too difficult to do. But then you got to come into the Tinker table or whatever this is called, and then you got to put on all these upgrades, because by default the power armor itself looks cool, and that's all it does. So yeah, I've added diamond plating, and you have to do that by putting one of these advanced platings on there, which is like 5 diamonds and a piece of iron, something like that. I got plenty of diamonds. It really wasn't that bad. So I put the diamond plating on all 4 of the pieces. You probably don't need to do that, but yeah, that's what I've done. And you can adjust how much or how little you want the plating thickness to be. Now, if it's all the way down at 0, which it is by default, on all of these pieces, you basically have no shirts, which is no protection. So you've wasted all that diamond for nothing. So yeah, now I don't have any armor at all. So I didn't realize this when I first put it on there. I spent all those diamonds. I was like, okay, I should be pretty well protected. Nope. You have to come in here, you have to equip it, and then you have to increase the thickness, so it's going to be, you know, how much protection you want. I think I had this set up max on the pants, max on the chest plate, and only 1 on the head and the feet, which is enough. It also adds weight. The higher this is, the more weight it is. So if you put up too heavy, you basically can't walk as fast anymore. You can't sprint jump anymore. There's a lot of little things like that. I've also added in these heat sinks. Apparently, this stuff will overheat after a while. I'm sure a lot of you guys probably know this. Like I said, I haven't really messed with this stuff, so this is all new to me. But I've added a few more upgrades to this. Like the helmet, I've added the high efficiency solar generator and a battery. The chest plate, I have not added anything. I want to get the jetpack, but I couldn't yet, and I'll show you why. I've added the kinetic generator to the leg, so whenever I move around, I'm charging up the internal battery. I've added uphill step assist so I can walk up single blocks, and I've added the sprint assist so I can run faster. And as far as the feet goes, I've added the shock absorber, which is like feather falling. It converts fall damage into power, or it takes away from your power to absorb the fall damage, whatever. So the jetpack requires 4 of these ion thrusters. So an ion thruster, this is the IC2. Let's go over here. This is a little bit easier. Invar ingots, which is not bad. Glowstone dust, which I have in this wiring. So on top of that, you need 2 of these force field emitters. So I'm going to need a total of 8 of those. Two per ion thruster. We need a total of 4, so we're going to need 8 of these things. So the force field emitter requires ender pearls, which I don't have. Or you can do the tesseract frame, which I probably will do since I don't like making these advanced circuits and regular circuits and all this stuff. So yeah, the solenoids aren't bad. It's just more this wiring and some iron. Tesseract frame isn't bad. The main holdup is these ender pearls, which you need for either this recipe or to fill the tesseract frame. And that's where I'm kind of stuck on at this point. I would love to be able to fly, but we can't. I don't got any ender pearls stored up, unfortunately. So I've been kind of waiting on those ender lilies. Now you gotta wait a little bit longer since I punched one of them. I believe Unhost found those in some chest. I know he was in the Twilight Forest and he's been doing a lot of exploring around. He found them somewhere, but I haven't found any of those myself. So once I get those ender pearls, we should be good to go with this armor. Yeah, sprint jumping right now, like, I'm not really moving much faster sprint jumping because my arm is too heavy, but I can sprint pretty fast and I can walk, I think, twice the speed, which is really, really nice. So I think I'm going to like this armor. Just got to play around with it for a little bit longer, figure out all the little things I got to tweak and all that stuff, but it should be pretty good, I think. So one of the things I want to do fairly soon is probably go to the end and get some ender pearls. You know, eventually we'll probably have the Mind Factor Reloaded spawners where we can spawn the Endermen that way. There's no soul shards in this pack, sadly, so we can't just, you know, get a soul shard and spawn 5 at a time every 2 seconds indefinitely. Oh well, oh well. So we might have to do the end. I'm not quite sure how that's all going to work. But ender pearls are something that everybody seems to need, so we will probably be doing something like that fairly soon. Although to get to the end, you need ender pearls to find it, which I don't have, so I might have to do some hunting of endermen to get those. It should be fairly easy now that we have this protection armor, and I have the Looting 3 sword, so the only thing I have to do is just find the endermen at nighttime. The sun's just coming up, so we just missed it, unfortunately. But yeah, when we're outside at nighttime, there's all those strong mobs, the boss mobs. I don't know if I'm going to be able to survive those guys or not. I expect I should be able to, though. But yeah, guys, I think that's going to do it for today. We finally got an enchanting table hooked up, and we were able to move these crystals around, and we got ourselves a Silk Touch pick. Lots of good stuff. I think next episode, I will probably be looking at Mistcraft. I would like to start working on that, collecting some pages, and I've seen that there's a lot of cool stuff, a lot of cool worlds that you can create, ages in Mistcraft now, that are like maybe full of liquid ender or full of, you know, molten whatever kind of liquids. I really don't know what all there is, but I'm interested in checking that out. Alright guys, that's going to do it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to leave a like if you like these episodes. And we'll see you next time.